There's a few different ways you can build out your automation and your AI for your company. If that's something that you're looking to do, you're either going to have to piece it together yourself with a bunch of things here, which I'll go over in a bit. You're going to have to hire it in-house, which requires a very hefty payroll, or you can hire somebody like us that has basically developed this as a package. So let me go over what this would look like if you were to basically try to piece this together on your own. Now, there are a few different types of software and third-party apps that you would need to make this happen, right? The first thing is like a workflow builder. So you would need something like GHL or N8N or both. And then you would need something to connect things together with your CRM and stuff like that, like Make or Zapier. And then you would need the actual app, which is going to be like an AI answering service, an AI chatbot, an outbound AI chatbot, and all of that. There's a bunch of kind of nightmares that this leads you to. If you're using low-code software, you have to basically piece everything together. And if you have no source code whatsoever and you're only using low-code software, what makes it a little bit difficult is if you were to replace somebody and they were to come in, or you try to build your team out, or if you lost like your automation specialist, it could be really hard for that person to come in and figure out why the person before did what they did and how it's even all connected. Because there's a million different ways to get from point A to point B in node-styled drag and drop workflow editors. So that is the big risk when you're using low-code software like that. It's a nightmare to upkeep. It's not something that you want to set up as your main infrastructure. And if you do, it's not like it's yours because you like put it together. I mean, you still have to pay GHL, you still have to pay N8N, you have to pay the person that helped you set it up, right? If they leave, like you have to find somebody else that's gonna figure out how they even put it together in the first place. We've in the past had people build out certain elements in GHL and N8N. We then replace them with somebody else who comes in and was like, oh my God, like I don't even know what is going on here. And that is the main problem. And then when you're trying to actually connect it to the CRM that you're using for your business, then you're gonna have to use Make or Zapier or something else, right? You start racking up all these different pieces of software that you're gonna need help with when they break. You also have to figure out how you're going to know when something breaks, right? Because you've got so many things working at the same time and you don't have any sort of internal dashboard that's going to tell you when an error occurs. There's really no way to know when something breaks or if something breaks, where it stemmed from. Now you need your apps, right? You need your actual like AI chatbots and answering services and outbound callers, right? Because they're not all the same, right? Like an AI chatbot cannot make calls. An inbound AI cannot make outbound calls. An outbound AI cannot answer inbound. Like you have to have those three different things all set up and you want them using the same AI brain. None of those AIs know what is going on. They're all separate AI agents and they're going to conflict with each other. You can't really build this out yourself. I know this for a fact. We've been doing this for years. It's the only thing we've been doing. We've tried this every single possible way you could possibly do it. If you do set this up and you do get it working decently, it's going to connect to a random calendar or like a single calendar that doesn't actually reflect your availability. Because if it's not perfectly connected with ServiceTitan or Jobber or Housecall Pro or AccuLynx or JobNimbus or whatever you're using, it's useless. It's just booking people onto a calendar that has no reflection of your actual ability to do the job on the date for the service that the customer actually requested that the AI told them that you could do. Now, let's say you wanted to build this in-house. You need a chat AI developer, right? Because a chat AI developer is not going to know how to do voice AI. A voice AI developer needs to know like telephony and all sorts of other like things that are not involved with chat AI. And then you're also going to need to know how to hire your API developer that can basically bridge all this stuff together. You're going to need a data engineer that's going to know how to basically structure the data. And you're going to need somebody that knows how to handle the security. These 5 people cost a lot of money. 500 is very conservative. A high paid developer is like 150 to like 250 a year. So, and that's only one developer. You don't have one developer that knows how to do all this stuff. That's not possible. Everybody has their specialty and you need to find these 5 specialties, bring them together. If you're thinking like, oh no, I want to own this, you never really own it. What happens if you build this in-house and your data engineer leaves? You now have to hire somebody else. So you don't really own it. You have built a machine that you now have to continuously hire highly qualified people to operate. Even though you own it, you don't know how to use it. So you always have to pay people to use it for you. You have that problem if you build it in-house, not to mention a very expensive payroll. Or you can use something like what we've done. This is why we are in business, because we have one system that's maintained by professional developers that are specifically trained on home service CRMs and what we do, that are specifically designed for businesses that do residential home services to connect to the CRMs and the lead sources that you're already using. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful. If you do want to take a crack at it, look, it's fun, man. I'm not going to lie. It's fun. It's just really hard. And automation gone bad is really bad. You can mess up a lot of things very quickly if you don't know what you're doing. And low-code software is epitome of how to really mess something up bad very quickly while thinking you know exactly what you're doing. So that's all for today, and I'll make another video soon. All right, later.